Hello there. Thank you for attending today's executive webinar session at AnyWare Apps by Kerr Consulting. AnyWare Apps are modern and AI-powered enterprise software products for digital business transformation. To learn more about AnyWare Apps by Kerr Consulting, please visit www.anywareapps.com or www.kerrconsulting.com. Now, let's get started today's executive webinar session. I would like to introduce Kevin DeVecchi from AnyWare Apps. Kevin, would you like to take it from here? Thank you.
George, thank you so much for introductions. Very kind of you. This is Kevin DeVecchi at AnyWare Apps. I am the product lead of AnyWare Apps software product portfolio. I'm very excited to welcome you today to our executive webinar session about IATF 16949 Quality Management System for Automotive Industry. Also, introductions to Quality Assurance Anywhere software system. ISO 16949, especially it's known for IATF 16949, Quality and Compliance Management System is essential for automotive industry. And for this important subject, we have a subject matter expert, John Feridun, with us. He is the owner and head of Proofmeister Quality Consulting Company. And John has decades of IATF 16949 compliance management and consulting experience in automotive industry, and we have a lot to learn from him today with regards to 16949. In addition, today we have our team member Batu Satılmış with us. He's a pre-sales software specialist from our pre-sales software team. Batu will perform the demonstration of Quality Assurance Anywhere to show you how one can comply with IATF 16949 digitally with no need of paper. So we put together this panel today to show you insights about IATF 16949, compliance requirements, and also a solution that is the Quality Assurance Anywhere to show you how one can use and utilize Quality Assurance Anywhere to comply with IATF 16949 digitally. Before further ado, I'd like to invite John to our virtual stage. Let's learn about IATF 16949, fundamentals of it, why it is important for automotive industry, what type of compliance requirements we are talking about here. And based on what we learned from John with regards to IATF 16949, we'll talk about Quality Assurance Anywhere to show you how to comply digitally. John, if you're ready, please take over the screen. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kevin, for the introductions. My name is John Feridun. I'm the owner of Proofmeister Quality Consulting. I'm an AIAG certified IATF third-party lead auditor. I worked in 20-something years as an engineer in automotive, appliance, and defense industries. I've launched various parts for OEMs, big names like Chrysler, Nissan, Tesla, Toyota. I switched to quality management after I would say, yeah, that's the last place you want to be in quality. I established Proofmeister in July 24. And since then, the Proofmeister is serving in automotive industry from tier 1 to tier 3 suppliers. Okay, so what does Proofmeister do? We have a cloud-based document management service. So any customers that working with us will default have a cloud-based document management service. So they don't need to purchase a software, which these days they can be somewhere between 50K and 100K a year. We do a gap analysis and assessment. I'm going to go in details with this in a few more slides. We do inspection, sorting, and rework services. We do IATF 16949 implementation and certification application. So if we have it, we'll perfect it. And if you don't have it, we can apply for it on your behalf, on the customer's behalf. We do continuous improvement support because continuous improvement never stops. And when we start implementing the IATF clauses, IATF structure into a company, you will definitely see lots of opportunities for continuous improvement projects. And we do supplier management and supplier audit consultancy as well. As you know, incoming material is key for complying with the customer requirements, and having suppliers which do not have problems, monitored, continuously audited suppliers will always contribute to a company's success. Now, what is IATF? Just like we are trying to standardize our operations within our company with a documented structure, the IATF, International Automotive Task Force, is trying to do that for the whole industry, to standardize the operations, to minimize the variation and improve quality while doing that. It's actually a systemic approach to delivering consistent quality while improving operational efficiency and ensuring customer satisfaction. Obviously, when you stick with the regulations of IATF, there's a certain frame that you work within, and as long as you stay within that frame, you will always have a high customer satisfaction. That's the aim of the standardization, and that's the aim of the IATF for the whole industry, automotive industry. Okay, so how does Prüfmeister do that for you? Now, IATF has a basic operation template. Everybody in the industry knows that, in manufacturing knows that. It's the PDCA cycle: plan, do, control, and act. You plan what you want to do, and you realize that plan. Then you control the output and compare it with the inputs. If you see a gap between, you act to close that gap, maybe even improve the output from planned input status. So for in Prüfmeister, first we do the set up the roadmap, we define target, and we assess the current status. For example, let's say our single operation is adding salt while cooking. You can say 1 is no salt being added, 2 sometimes salt being added, 3 salt is being added, 4 salt is being added by measuring with a spoon, 5 salt is being added by measuring with a automated measuring instrument, and 6 you can say it's being measured automated and it's added automated. So from the poorest status to the best status that the industry can provide. Then we define our targets. Maybe we want the company to be at 4 in every operation, maybe at 5, maybe some should be 4, some 5, some even 6. So we set up these targets, and then our cycle starts. We do the gap assessment, so we see where the organization is based on every action. Are they 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4? Maybe they are already 4 or 5. They hit the target, so there's nothing we need to do, but maybe there are some areas which they are a 1 or 2 and needs focus on that. So we do our gap assessment. We know where we are. We know where we want to go, and the distance we want to take is the gap. So we list our action items to close this gap. We use tools like internal audit, corrective actions, preventive actions. We do document reviews. If the gap is too wide, we do focus audits on those areas. Like I said, there is always a continuous improvement opportunity when you implement those changes. So Kaizen projects is one of the tools that we are using to reach our targets. Obviously, SPC, statistical process control, is a very important tool to minimize the variation in our processes. And 5S, both implemented on the floor and in our process flows, that will clear the floor for us. It's going to be much easier to see the faults. Think about, you can spot a black dot on a white sheet much easier instead of a camo designed sheet, let's say, or a paper. That's what 5S makes for us. It clears the gray areas so we can see where we fail, so we can immediately improve that. So we do our gap assessment, we close the gap, we do the reassessment. From sometimes we might think we closed it, but it's not completely closed. And then after our reassessment, again, we do set of action items to close that. Actually, it's not a circle, it's a spiral. Every time you do a PDCA, another layer, another layer, another layer, and that's road to excellence for our customers. Now, what do we do that? How do we do that? We know the gap assessment, what kind of actions are we taking? So we are defining every step of every process so we can set the road to excellence. And then we create a RACI table, which is a big matrix that shows all the interested parties for all those processes. RACI stands for responsible, accountable, consultant, and informed. So in every action, we define who is responsible, who is accountable, and we put those people, those names into this matrix. And since we know the actions now and also the responsible for all these processes, now we can assign responsibilities of those actions, whoever is responsible with the process. One of the basic tools of IATF is something called turtle diagrams. Turtle diagrams are a tool that helps you seeing what the process itself is, inputs, outputs, what the expectancies, stakeholders. That gives us a clear picture of what kind of documentation we need to start with and what kind of reporting do we need at the end, what kind of results are we getting, how are we going to analyze that result, how do we convert that data into information. Then we process, create the process flows of all those processes, assessment based on that process flow, because with every action there is a risk associated. Again, let's go back to the adding salt. We can add too much salt, we can add too little salt, we can add no salt at all. So for all these risks that we define, we create a control. So what is the control for preventing too little or too much or no salt at all? We need to make sure with a control system that salt exists there, and B, with a control system, we need to measure it and make sure that every time we add the exact same amount of salt into the food. So that's the control side. Now, the all processes are there. Like I said, in the turtle diagrams, we see our inputs, the plant layout, the capacity to machine park, the materials, all the resources we have, they are inputs of those processes. So we create that list, and we want to see here if we are lacking capacity to reach out the target that we park, or by means of side equipment, by means of labor or workforce and human resources. We can see a little bit more quantized what we need to achieve our targets. Then we create a total preventive maintenance schedule. Obviously, all this machinery needs to work. They need to be able to correctly and non-stop process or realize our processes, whatever they are. And we need to maintain our schedule, maintain our equipment. We do the schedule up front. So this is less capacity from 100% because we will stop those machines for maintenance. So that's also an input for the capacity planning, and that's what we need. to create as well. Now we have all those things. We have defined all the controls, all the process, all the machinery is there, all the maintenance is there. Now we need to make sure that this process flow and all the other action items, primary and secondary, are being realized without any problems. So we create an internal audit schedule and we start following that. We make sure that everything flows correctly. And if we see something in those audits, we immediately interfere. Whatever unexpected variation we see, we interfere and eliminate that problem. Obviously, there is a serious documentation that needs to be working in the backstage. So that document needs to be created and reviewed frequently. And since all my measurements on the floor and on the product should be accurate, reliable, I need to create a calibration schedule for all the components that needs calibration within my plant layout or machine park or in the laboratories. Now, we did that as well. Everything's been scheduled, all the recurring action items being realized. Now we need milestone meetings, review meetings with the top management. So we know where we are at based on where we said we will be. So when we create that road to excellence and do the gap analysis and do the action items list, it will start at one date and it will end in another date. So during this time period, we should review, frequently review where we are at, what we did. Again, PDCA review, so it's control, and then act again. Frequent reviews are being made. And if the schedules need interfering, for example, there are more problems that we can see during our audits. Maybe the audits needs to be more frequent, or some machines are failing earlier than expected. So the maintenance schedule needs to be updated, or document review or calibration. So or maybe the review frequency needs to be increased. Along the way, that's also what we do, and step by step, every review meeting is actually another assessment, status assessment. Based on that, we can update our project time plan or action items, and we are bringing our customers to the desired status within the desired time frame. A few examples of what we have done as Proofmeister. One of our clients, they were having issues closing non-conformities in a timely manner. Currently in the industry, the best practices are closing an 80 in 2 weeks, doing the containment within 24 or 48 hours, and then the root cause analysis and countermeasures will be taken within 2 weeks. They had a problem with that, and it was a finding in their IATF audit. So we trained the organization on core tools. We taught them how to. Now we have a few case studies here as an example how we help our customers. One of our clients had the issue with closing non-conformities in a timely manner. Timely manner means in the automotive industry, it's give or take 2 weeks for best practices. Actually, in IATF audits, even major findings, the first 3D needs to be completed in 2 weeks. So 2 weeks is a industry standard, best practices for the industry, and they cannot comply with that. And that was a finding in their IATF audit. What Proofmeister did for this client, we trained the organization on core tools, on 8D, on how to do effective claim investigations, root cause analysis, and how to report the AT in an effective manner, that in one site you can see everything what the message needs to go out from supplier to customer. One of the other issues that our clients had, they needed a corporate quality documentation system where it covers all locations in North American region. They had 6 different locations in all within their North American operation, and all locations had their own structure. It's the same company, same process, same service, but all locations are doing it in different ways. So they wanted to standardize that. So we created a document structure for them that built the spine of their quality management system, and it frames the operational side of the quality management system. And now every location was complying with those requirements. So every location was doing everything in the same way. So we had to be able to standardize that. And all 6 locations did use our cloud-based documentation management services. We will mention that in a minute. We are using the cloud-based software of American Workflows, and our clients use that in all their locations, so they can reach out to the same document every time, last revision of the document. And so it also created a dynamic communication between those locations as well. So one location is doing something, according to that they are using the workflow features of the software, and now they are communicating with the other locations using that cloud-based workflow feature of American Workflows software. And yeah, one of our other clients had a problem with not fully complying with CQI 15 requirements, which is a self-assessment for welding inspection, welding operations. They had a problem with the inspection side of welding. So we created a new system for their inspection and the reporting for that new inspection, welding inspection. Now they were complying with CQI 15. There are different CQI numbers like that in the industry, like CQI 9 is for heat treatment, CQI 12 is for coatings, the 15 for weldings. And when a client has a IATF certification and is doing one of those processes within their facility, it is expected for them to do the CQI self-assessments. There is no IATF clause that mandates that. However, within the industry, since that self-assessment is there, the OEMs are requiring from tier 1 is requiring from their sub-supplier, etc., etc. And since IATF requires you to develop your own suppliers and tells you make them target IATF if they don't have the certification, make them work towards IATF certification. Many years ago, it was only OEMs and tier 1. Now it's coming down to tier 2, coming down to tier 3, even to raw material suppliers. Now these days, targeting IATF certifications as well. So IATF is very much dispersed from top to down. So every teeny tiny company that is this way or that way within automotive industry, their services or products directly or indirectly going to into a vehicle, the time for them to be IATF certified is coming as well. Thank you very much, Kevin.
John, thank you so much for your informative presentation. We learned a lot about IATF 16949 for automotive industry and compliance requirements. Now we have foundational information. Much appreciated. Based on what we learned from John today about IATF 16949 compliance requirements for automotive industry, we have Batu with us from our pre-sales software specialist team, and Batu will perform a show and tell. Before the show and tell, I'd like to share some insights about Quality Assurance Anywhere software system with you. Quality Assurance Anywhere is a quality, risk, audit, training, and compliance management software system. It has a modern software architecture. It is easy to use. You can comply with IATF 16949 and other compliance management systems on the software system, such as ISO, good manufacturing practices, SQF, BRC, and many other quality and compliance management systems can be managed on Quality Assurance Anywhere digitally. Because of its no-code software architecture, you can also manage your quality control forms as well. Quality control forms are pretty unique. Each company has another one, different ones. Generally, so no matter what type of quality control forms that you are managing, instead of managing on paper or spreadsheets, you can use Quality Assurance Anywhere to consolidate all of your quality management records together. Please remember that quality is very important for any organization, and correct quality management practices will help you reduce operational cost, manufacturing costs, reduce also scrap and waste. In addition, an important tool such as Quality Assurance Anywhere, you will have an easier audit experience. Imagine all of your quality compliance records actually consolidated on Quality Assurance Anywhere. Auditor comes to your company, asks for your records, your policies, procedures, instructions, versions, versionings, and corrective actions. All you need to be doing is just pull Quality Assurance Anywhere and present it to the auditor. Easy for the auditor, easy for your company, and you can pass the certification audits easily with help of this software system. Okay, great. Well, I'm going to let Batu take over the screen. Batu, why don't you take over the screen, show us Quality Assurance Anywhere, and also tell us about it, show and tell session, and we'll take it from there. Batu, floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Today, we are going to be talking about the Quality Assurance Anywhere. And now, let's get started. All right, so as you can see in the screen, we split it into two. On the left, we have searching for information, and on the right, we have adding information. Now, within Quality Assurance Anywhere, we search using basically safe searches on the left, as you can see right now. Now, these searches can be configured to be as general as or as wide as you like. And then on the right side, with adding information, we work with something called safe profiles. And the safe profiles are a structure from, if you will, for us to, prompt the right information to index a document and take all that kind of key metadata that you need when a user uploads a document. We can also see these safe profiles, we can call them folders as well. As you can see, we have several folders. This can be a incident management, audit management folder, risk management folder, and so forth. In order to upload a document, simply we can click on for example, I want to upload something about incident management, right? I can click on it, and I'll be choosing which form I'm going to be posting from my laptop. And once it's done, the document upload will go onto the left side, which is a search profile under incident management. Now let's go one up to our existing search profiles. Let's go with SQF compliance document, for example. Right? Once you click on it, as you can see, we uploaded one document. We have this document called SQF compliance document. So when you click on it, we can go in more in detail. And we can also see the document on the right side after it's downloading. It's almost, here we go. So as you can see on the right, we can see the whole document in a PDF form. Scroll down a little bit. Here we go. And on the left side, we have the document information, such as we can see the document title, and we can also see the system properties. Under that, we can see who created this specific document, when is it created. We can also see the document ID, and ingested through, that means it's ingested through that safe profile, like on the right side, we call them folder. So it ingested through the SQF compliance document folder. Again, last updated by this person, and you can see the last update, and so on. Also, you can also see the attachments and versions as well. In order to see the attachments and versions for this document that is on the bottom left here, as you can see, we have the one version of it, so you can also see the one. And if you want to see a little bit more detail, you can either add a new version from here, and you can either download this, delete this, and if you want to see information, you can click on the file info. As you can see, it's version 1 with the file ID. We can see where it's ingested, who ingested it, and so on. All right, so we are in the compliance project management. The first thing you'll see is all the tasks that are assigned to me. Under that, these are all the active ones, as you can see right here, all the active tasks that are assigned to me with their status, their task name, steps, if there's any, their project name, last activity, their due dates, created on, their priority levels, the messages, and lastly, their owners. The owners are who created this specific task. If you want to see the completed ones, we can simply switch to completed, and you'll see all your completed tasks that are assigned to me. All right, so once we click on a specific task, for example, let's go with SQF compliance document, right? As you can see, this is a task created by 8 days ago, and you can see all your participants and their decisions. As you can see, they're all pending. You also have a progress, if you from your end. So I log in as my user and I progress, let's just say 20% today. So I can simply say update. And as you can see, progress updated successfully. And on the bottom right, you can see the person who's updated the task progress to 20%. So whatever you make inside the task, you can see it under activities. So let's choose a different task. Let's go with, for example, ISO 9001, document review by department, okay? So as you can see, 13% of this task has been completed. And again, if you want to do adjust the progress, I can adjust my progress by dragging here. Let's do 20% again. As you can see, I can do that. Or I can make a decision. As you can see, if it is completed, I can say completed and click on update, and my end will be completed. So right now we show pending. If I hit on complete, it will show complete. Again, I was talking about activities. So under activities, you can see every detail under the activities. So as you can see the text progress, we can write messages to other participants, and so forth. We can also add attachment through here as well. As you can see, we have auto train PDF document. So as you can see, once we click on it, we can see the document in more detail, as you can see right here. We can attach as many files or documents as we want. We can attach them by the URL or files from inside the system, or we can attach it through our local computer. All right, so this is how we can review all the tasks that are assigned to me. We can also manage all the tasks managed by me. So it's the same concept. You can see our status, task name, and so forth, right? So let's go click on one example one, for example. For example, let's click on this one. Again, this is a simple task. It's we're creating a user and roles for your department. So this one with steps, as you can see, we have 3 steps with all their participants and their decision. As you can see, one of them are completed and all the other 2 is pending. On the right, we have all the activities that we can see the history. And this is the first step. When all these participants shows completed, this task will automatically be moved to the step 2. And it's the same concept. Everyone will need to make their decision complete and they will go to step 3. So this is how we arrange steps inside the task. All right, so these are all the tasks managed by me. If you want to add a brand new task, right? So we have that on the top right. We can create new tasks or new projects, right? So actually, let's talk about the new project first. So if you want to create a brand new project, we can do that through here as well. In order to do that, we're going to be hitting on the new project button. Then we're going to have to hit the project name, project description. We're going to put the due date of the project, and we can also select the second in charge for the project as well, that person. After that's all done, field, we can create the project through here. If you want to create a simple task, we can do that here as well by clicking on a new task. We're gonna have to put the task name, task description, and the project. So inside the system, we have 2 ways to create a task. We can either create a task individually, which I'm doing right now, or we can create a task connected to a specific project. If you want to connect to a specific project, we can do that through here by choosing the specific project. Then again, task name, description, the message. And once we're all done, once we create, that specific project will be connected to this specific project that we chose. All right. You can also here, you can click choose participants. We can hit on invite participants, and we can choose all the people who's going to be in this task. We can also add watchers as well. So what's watchers? Watchers are the people, I should say, they are not hands-on in the project, but they are like managing, right? Like viewers. So this can be a project manager or supervisor, admin, and so forth. So those are the watchers. Again, we have the option that attachment, and we can also manage decisions here. So I can add many decisions as I want. So I can complete, I can say add a decision called approve. As you can say, I add two, or reject it, you can say. So this is the way we can add or manage edit decisions. On the right, we can select the due date for this task. We can also adjust priority. We have highest, medium, low, or lowest. We can also choose a second in charge person for this task, and so forth. We can also create steps through here as well by clicking on steps, then step name, step description, and due date of that current step. We can also create task forms inside a task as well. In order to do that, we can hit on the task form. We can choose which task form are we going to be choosing. For example, we have the universal customer complaint form, we have the corrective action report, we have the ISO 9001 training record management, risk management, and so forth. So for example, let's go with the universal customer complaint form, right? In order to do that, we can put the customer, then the complaint. I'm just gonna say like test, and we can do the complaint date, right? We can choose the date of the complaint. Then we can choose the location. I'm just gonna say this location is a New York branch. Then the complaint category, is it a product issue or a shipping delay, right? Let's go to product issue. Now we can do complaint detail. We can describe the task itself, or we can describe the complaint, the detail, and the product of the complaint. For this example, we just use XYZ product, and the root cause, right? So we can enter the root cause, the finish date, follow-up description, and lastly, we can do the follow-up action, right? And this is one way to do a random universal custom complaint form in a task environment. We also have a couple more task form as well. This was universal customer complaint form. We also have the risk management form, right? Again, under risk management, we can add the field code, field name, title node, entry type, field type, condition appearance, and their status. Let's go two more. We can always do with the industrial freezer checking form, for example, right? We can enter the document name of that form. We can enter the date, the time, the location, the apartment, humidity. We can put the freezer ID number with the freezer temperature, and lastly, we can put signature. For this, I'll just put my name as my signature. Then, if everything is done, we can hit create, and that will update our task form associated with the task name, or if there is any projects. All right, so this is how we can create the forms inside the task. Once we're all done, we can hit create, and that will create our brand new task connected to a project, or creating a individual task. If you want to see all our projects in one, we can do that as well. In order to do that, we have the top left under projects. As you can see, once we click on that, we can see all our projects. So let's just say, let's go example one. Let's go with this one, for example, industrial freezer checking, right? Under here, you can see the daily, weekly, or monthly view. So this is day. We can see weekly or monthly. Let's go back to day. As you can see, under here, we created 8 tasks for 8 shifts. As you can see, let's make this a little bit in order. Here we go. So we have shift 3, shift 2, shift 4, shift 6, 5, 8, and 7. So we created 8 shifts for 8 tasks. So let's go to, actually, I'm gonna hit complete one, and here we go, the shift one came up as well. So let's click on shift one. As you can see, shift one is already completed, under this project. And as you can see, name of the task is shift one, and only participant is currently me, and I make a decision as a complete. And we can also add form 0 as well. Below that, we connected a form for this specific task. So under this form, you can see the document title, date, time, location, the freeze ID number, and lastly, my signature as well. So when I click on save, that task will automatically be complete. So we can do the same thing for shift 2, for example. Let's click on shift 2. And again, we can see the name of the task, when it's created, and it's owned by me again. And below that, I can see all the participants, and I can make a decision, right? Is it complete or not for me, right? And below that, we have the form details, right? I'm gonna have to complete this in order to finish this shift 2. So after inputting all this information, I can click on save, and that will update my shift to 0% to 100%, which is completed. So this is basically how we manage our task inside the specific project. All right, now let's go back to task assigned to me. And this is it. Thank you, Kevin. Back to you.
Batu, thank you so much for the show and tell session. Much appreciated. Well, so far we learned about the fundamentals of IATF 16949 from John at Proofmeister Quality Consulting Company, followed by Batu's demonstration of Quality Assurance Anywhere. And he showed you how Quality Assurance Anywhere looks, feels, its features and benefits. And to complement what we learned from Proofmeister, you also saw how you can utilize Quality Assurance Anywhere to comply with IATF 16949 requirements in automotive industry. Moving forward, I'd like to introduce you AnyWare Apps and also our product portfolio with regards to digital transformation and how your company can utilize AI as well. So it's going to be a brief presentation followed by these important presentation and demonstration sessions from my colleagues in my panel. And let me introduce you AnyWare Apps on a high level. AnyWare Apps are standalone and Sage integrated business software products for digital business transformation. They are modern software systems. They are mature, safe, secure, and easy to learn and adapt to your organization. When we look at what type of business software systems that we offer AnyWare Apps, let's get started with APS Anywhere. APS Anywhere is an advanced production capacity planning and production scheduling software system for manufacturing. It helps manufacturing companies utilize their production capacity operations and address their planning constraints. Social CRM Anywhere is an AI-powered customer relationship management, marketing automation, and social media management software system. You can consolidate and centralize all of your marketing operations on Social CRM Anywhere. You can manage your prospects, leads, customers. You can manage your sales pipeline. You can send unlimited email campaigns. You can send SMS text messages, WhatsApp messages. The system has integrated to various credit card processing companies, so you can make collections from your clients. You can manage your social media accounts in one centralized system. That's very practical and very beneficial for your organization. Software comes with ready-made reports and dashboard to help you see your KPIs. Quality Assurance Anywhere is a quality, risk, audit, training, and compliance management software. With the help of Quality Assurance Anywhere, digitally, you can comply with ISO 9001, Good Manufacturing Practices, ISO 13485, AS 9100 in aerospace industry, IATF 16949 in automotive industry, HIPAA, and many other quality and regulatory standards. AI-powered Asset Management Anywhere is an AI-powered predictive machine health condition monitoring, predictive machine maintenance, and OE management software system. At your organization, any type of machine and equipment. With the help of our AI technology, you can monitor the health of the machine, and if there is an anomaly, the software automatically triggers predictive machine maintenance work orders. You'll be notified up to 90 days earlier if there is an anomaly in your machine or equipment. These will help you eliminate any machine or equipment downtime, very advantageous for manufacturing companies. If you are looking for a classic traditional CMMS or EAM system, Classic Asset Management Anywhere is for you. That is an enterprise asset, maintenance, facility, fleet, and energy management software. It helps you manage your assets, lifetime, life cycle of your assets, preventive maintenance, periodic maintenance, as well as break and fix maintenance, work order operations. If you are a manufacturing company, mining company, hospitality company, if you are managing fleets, this software will help you reduce your maintenance cost. To automate and digitize your business workflows, we have no-code, easy-to-use workflow anywhere. No-code workflow anywhere requires zero coding. Without coding, with drag and drop environment, you can create your business forms and business workflows. You can digitize all of your business processes. In addition, on no-code workflow anywhere, you can manage your tasks, you can manage your projects thanks to the dashboard available in the system. You can also manage your documents. Documents may be your Word files, PDF files, videos, audio files, drawings, and so on. You can keep those documents on one platform. You can do versioning. You can share with your colleagues. You can also view and play all these documents in the software platform without downloading. Easy to use and modern software system. If you have complex workflow automation needs, such as accounts payable automation, accounts receivable automation, and so on, low-code workflow anywhere will be really helpful for you. And finally, there is AI-powered contract management anywhere, which is coming up soon. That is an AI-powered vendor contract and customer contract creation, management, and delivery software system. Thanks to AI-powered software architecture, software also lets you know about possible business risks coming from your contracts as well. Exciting software system and will be available soon in AnyWare Apps business enterprise business software portfolio. We also need to let you know that we have clients in different sizes. We work with small size companies, medium size companies, and large size companies in many different industries. So in that sense, our experience is pretty much vertical free. Speaking of experiences, we have clients in many different industries, as I listed here, and we have experience in that sense. We have clients and experience in aerospace, aviation, automotive, healthcare, energy, oil and gas, packaging, pharmaceutical, and many other industries that we have experience, and we keep learning from our prospects and from our customers on a daily basis. I also like to invite you to our YouTube channel. We have a very active YouTube channel, and we have videos about our software systems. We have executive webinar sessions about digital transformation, AI, manufacturing 4.0, very informative sessions that we recorded, and we regularly update our YouTube channel. Please visit our YouTube channel, AnyWare Apps, and subscribe. To learn more about AnyWare Apps, you can visit our website, anywareapps.com. You can visit our YouTube channel, and you can also send us an email to schedule a meeting for introductions and or for demonstration. You can email to kevin@kerrconsulting.com or info@anywareapps.com. I'd like to thank you for your time and for your interest. We are looking forward to having you at our coming executive webinar sessions in the future. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you for attending today's executive webinar session at AnyWare Apps by Kerr Consulting. AnyWare Apps are modern and AI-powered enterprise software products for digital business transformation. To learn more about AnyWare Apps by Kerr Consulting, please visit www.anywareapps.com or www.kerrconsulting.com. Thank you.